Like I said earlier, they actually had odds that, she was like third or fourth in the betting odds to be MVP of the WNBA. That's such a slap in the face to every WNBA player. It's unbelievable, right? That's the worst part about new fans. They have no perspective. There's no context. So they just say ridiculous nonsense.
Revenge doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's one calm decision that flips the whole power dynamic. For Caitlin Clark, it wasn't a subtweet or a spicy post-game quote. It was a quiet no, and the ripple effect said everything. As a recruit, she didn't end up at UConn, the bluest of blue bloods. Geno Auriemma later explained they'd already locked in Paige Bueckers and weren't pursuing another elite point guard. Clark chose Iowa, then turned the sport into appointment viewing on her own terms. From there, the rise went supernova. Rookie year in the W, she won Rookie of the Year, landed All-WNBA First Team, and even finished fourth in MVP voting. Wild milestones for a first season.
The delusional fan base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart. There were actually odds on she's third or fourth in betting odds on being MVP of the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's basketball a bad name. Okay, so the kid was set up for failure right from the beginning. And Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening.
But here's where the no really hits. A new offseason league, Unrivaled, co-founded by Breanna Stewart and Napheesa Collier, came calling. Reports say Clark was offered north of $1 million for an 8-week run. She passed, no drama, just no. Why is that so seismic? Because it's the clearest signal yet that the power in women's hoops is shifting, away from the old guard and straight into the hands of players who can move tickets, ratings, and culture overnight. And yes, Geno Auriemma's orbit was nearby again. He's reportedly an investor in Unrivaled, and he's also the one who last year took aim at Clark's most passionate supporters, calling some of the early MVP odds chatter about her delusional and stupid fans didn't love that. And then Clark finished exactly fourth in MVP voting. Receipts. Here's the bigger picture. Clark didn't need a legacy program to validate her. She didn't need an offseason bag to prop up her star. She built a massive audience by simply hooping. Logo threes, no-look lasers, fourth-quarter daggers that make even neutral fans lean in. That kind of gravity is rare, and it travels. From Iowa City sellouts to Indiana fever. Attendance spikes to national broadcasts that feel like events. The no to Unrivaled wasn't a shot at anybody. It was a choice to control her calendar, protect her body, and keep the main thing the main thing. When you're the modern face of a league,
and there's a lot of investors in this league. One investor, been trying to keep quiet about, his investment in the league ever since his comments that he made about a young rookie. Pretty much, had him in the headlines for about a month and a half. That is Geno Auriemma, dog. I'm here to tell you, he's part owner of this league. So it looked like Geno Auriemma could be the reason why Caitlin Clark is definitely not joining the Unrivaled 3-on-3 basketball league.
Choose your spots carefully. It also underscores how different the game is now. The gatekeepers used to decide who mattered. Now the audience does. And they've decided Clark is must-watch. Think about how we got here. UConn didn't recruit her heavily with Bueckers already in place. Understandable roster logic. Clark chose a different path. Made Iowa the hottest ticket in college hoops, then carried that momentum straight into the W. Along the way, she racked up history at record pace. Rookie of the Year, All-WNBA First Team, top 4 in MVP votes. That's not hype, that's hardware and ballots. So when a splashy off-season league waves 7 figures, the easy call would be, take it. Clark's call was the harder one, not now. Because brand power isn't just about chasing every bag. It's about momentum, longevity, and picking the right platforms at the right time.
Do everything they could to make the most of the situation. They tried to make the most of Caitlin Clark not playing by hinting everything and basically making people think that Caitlin Clark was going to play.
Her answer? There's also the fan piece. Those same delusional supporters. They didn't just buy jerseys, they changed the scale of the conversation. They're the engine behind the ratings bumps, the sold-out road games, the everywhere you look highlight reels. Clark's answer doubled as a message. Thank you for the love, and I'll see you when it counts most. And that's why this feels like a cultural shift as much as a basketball decision. For years, women's hoops lived under a ceiling built by how it's always been. Now, a player can rewrite the rules by choosing where not to play. It's not anti-anything, it's pro-agency. Unrivaled will still have star wattage. Angel Reese joining up gives it instant juice. But landing Clark would have been the cheat code, the type of anchor that makes casual fans rearrange plans. She chose otherwise, and that alone tells you where her compass is pointing. Meanwhile, the W keeps cashing in on the Clark effect. Every time she hits from the logo or threads a pass through a crowd, social feeds melt. Every time the Fever pop in prime slots, the audience grows. If you're keeping score at home, the quiet no did a few loud things. It protected the long game, it cemented leverage, and it reminded everybody who actually steers the narrative now. Clark didn't slam doors, she just declined one and kept walking, straight toward the next chapter with Indiana. And the best part? She didn't have to say a word to make the point. No online sparring, no shade, just wins, votes, and a calendar she controls. That's the new blueprint. Pick your moments, own your story, let the basketball do the talking. So yeah, revenge doesn't need pyrotechnics. Sometimes it's one calm, confident no that tells the whole world you know exactly who you are, and everyone else heard it loud and clear.